Okay, so is sound working? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to restart. Can't tell. I think it's working. Hello. How are you this evening? Hello. Hi. Every time I see red balloons, I think of it. How's everyone today? I forgot I was doing the live, so I got into deep house cleaning, and I was like, oh my gosh, let me put some clothes on and run. I'm doing pretty good. Kind of overdid it cleaning just now. Thank you. Oh, that's right. It's afternoon over there still. It's 5 here and been raining all day. This is the brightest it's been. It's been like night all day. Yes, it was pretty scary. When I was a kid, the first one scared me to death. And now I can rewatch it and it's like, oh, that's nothing. But the new one's kind of a little creepy. You might hear my laundry going. It's like right outside that door. And it's like house cleaning day. Hello. How are you doing today? So let me know if the laundry is too loud or if my mic's too close or too far. And it never lets me like preview. Like on Skype, you can preview yourself and know if you're set up right. But it doesn't let me do that on YouTube. Me and my coffee addiction. I see a lot of ketoers addicted to Bang, and I've never tried it because I'm too addicted to give up my coffee to replace with a Bang. Okay, cool. Because I even got this little fan is going because it's hot today and I don't want to turn the AC on and being cheap like that. So I was supposed to go to Costco today, but the storm was so bad that our flood warnings are going crazy and they closed all the roads around us. So there's no way in or out. The roads are literally closed. Hey, welcome. Really, I just decided to get on here and chat and let anyone ask me whatever they want to ask me about anything. It doesn't even have to be keto. I did get a new name. I was waiting for a P.O. box. I named it The Crossroads. It is named The Crossroads. I gave up. Everything I was picking was taken. So I'm like, okay, what's something that could sound kind of cool? And then I was like, Dean Winchester. Oh, yes, The Crossroads. So it got named after Supernatural. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so is a Bang carbonated? I have never read the back, so I don't know if it has carbonation. Hi, Deanna. So is there carbonation in Bang? So I can't have it. They're kind of expensive. I'm glad I asked before I went and bought one. I don't know why, but I can't have carbonated water or anything. Anything with carbonation, my heartburn, like my GER I have, goes completely insane for days on end, even taking like 2 ounces of it. I'm addicted to coffee. Okay, that's my grandfather's fault. My grandpa gave me coffee at 3 years old. Black straight coffee. I never even had coffee with sugar or milk or anything until I was like 13 years old and introduced myself to my first cappuccino and became addicted to white mocha and caramel cappuccinos my whole life. Like at 10 years old, my grandfather gave me a coffee maker for Christmas because my parents didn't drink coffee. Girl, okay, so when I went to the hot daughter, 14 years ago, I was drinking 6 pots of coffee a day plus tons of Mountain Dew. And he's like, maybe we should cut that back because of your heart. Well, he cut me back and my heart went insane. And he's like, maybe we should do this over years. So like, it was just not possible. But I'm down to 3 or 4 coffees a day, which is huge, huge, huge compared to like 6 pots and tons of 2 liters of Mountain Dew. I was a caffeine fiend since I was like 3 years old. Yeah, I'm never going to stop drinking coffee. He likes to say that to me, and he knows that's a deal breaker. My coffee comes before any man. See. I'll never be able to try the Bang, though, because the carbon. Okay, so my first year on keto was a little ups and down. Like, I had started it in early spring of 2017. I lost 68 pounds. Then I had a stressful moment. Well, no, it was more like not spring. It was like January, February timeframe. Then I had a stressful moment because by April, I had lost 68 pounds. I was getting a divorce. Like, I asked for a separation, and they came here and like triggered me so bad. I got off the diet and I gained like 38 of those pounds back during the summer. So I really don't count until September 2017 because that's when I actually knew I was doing keto. I was doing keto, but I didn't know I was doing keto. I had no idea what it was called. It was just a diet my doctor had given me years before. And then so I started all over and realized, hey, I was doing keto. And from that point on, though, it was really hard to lose weight for a little while. And I was having a lot of issues with hitting carbs, and I just didn't understand it. And I had a trainer, and she was a weird keto. Like, she wanted me to pour my bacon grease on all my food, and it was making me very sick. I was throwing up at night. But I did lose 120 pounds in my first year. But it didn't really start falling off until January 2018. Like, it was crazy. And it went really fast after that, like 120 pounds, basically, really fast. And I did very lazy and very, very, very dirty keto and tons of snacks. And I did not track macros at that time other than net carbs. I did 20 net carbs a day. And when I say dirty, I mean tons of Taco Bell, McDonald's, Wendy's. Most of my foods were fast foods the first year. Tons and tons of cheese, tons of hot dogs and sausage. Like, the kind that people say, ooh, that's what keto is. I ain't going to eat it. It's unhealthy. Yeah, that was me. I made pizza everything that first year. I started really tracking and paying attention the second year, like right before I started YouTube. So, but it helped me because I only liked junk food at that time. But then the second year, right before that January, and I think I started YouTube like in April. I'm not really sure. But then it became like a little more cleaner, some carnivore months. I started tracking and making my own stuff. I did do a lot of McDonald's and stuff still. Yeah, that first year, I didn't track nothing but carbs. Everything else was out the window. I know for sure I had 5 and 7,000 calorie days. over and over again because it was the first time I could eat food without getting sick. And before, I had been on diets where I didn't eat 1,000 calories a day, and I gained all that weight. And all of a sudden, I could eat as much as I wanted to and lose weight. It didn't stay like that, especially when my stomach condition started flaring up more that I was actually born with. It is not a keto thing. Let me see. Hi, Lisa. Classy keto. See, my problem was everything this is going to get loud. I'm exporting my video. So when it's done, it's going to blare for a second. So my problem is I had different people tell me how to do keto different ways. And I didn't know what would work for me back then. And the whole having to eat the fats, it was making me so sick. And then I found out you don't have to eat the fats. Okay, and you can eat more protein and stay in ketosis. Everybody's body's different, but everyone that I was watching at that time made it seem like there was only one way, right? The 7 cups of vegetables a day and do this, do that. And that kind of stuff doesn't work for me. And that's the thing. You have to figure out what works for your body, because I know people who can eat, those jellos, the sugar-free jellos, and they eat tons of them, and they eat the jello pudding that's sugar-free, but it's still a little high in carbs, and they eat Cool Whip, which is sugar-free, but still high in carbs. Their net carbs are insane, and I don't even know what their total carbs is. It would probably blow my mind. And they show that they're still in ketosis and they're still losing weight. But some of us, unfortunately, can't do that. Hello, human stick. There is no one outside my window. Except maybe the end of the world. Look, it looks orange. It's getting orange outside because we just had a horrible storm. I have to reread products if I haven't bought it in a while, because they can get really sneaky. Like those smart treats or sweets, whatever those are, those little fishy things. My daughter can eat them fine. I can't eat them without going up in weight. I swear they have more carbs in them than they say. Oh, yeah. See that storm, the hurricane thing, is supposed to come up this way. Thank you. So I should have never made homemade whipped cream the other day, because now I want it all the time. I don't let myself. Yes, those Swedish fish things. Hey, you made it. So I've been doing experiments making the homemade whipped cream with different brands of heavy cream. And so far, the Silly Great Value Walmart brand is the best to make it. Like, it's like solid like ice cream. I saw it at Walmart too. Walmart is stepping up their game with keto products. My daughter did. Even though she's remote learning, we got a call that all the schools around here, because the roads were closed, they were shutting down and the teachers were going home. So they all quit school at 12 today. My daughter takes a nap instead of eating lunch. So I called her at 12. And she's like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, well, you get to sleep longer because you don't go back to school today. So she was all excited. Harnett. We live in Harnett. I think I've been to Southern Pines like 5 times this week. Okay, when this whole virus thing is done, I want to eat at Lone Star? Or no, Logan's. I think it's Logan's there in Southern Pines. Oh my gosh, I miss cream cheese, but I can't eat it on the weight loss part. The first year I could just fine, but it causes so much inflammation in my body, I retain too much water. Now, when I get to goal weight, I'm going to be putting some sour cream and cream cheese back in my diet. Yes, Miss Life Adventures in Keto has her YouTube channel. Y'all should go check it out. But I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat has seen her channel. I made keto pumpkin mousse my first year all the time. Because at that time I was doing really dirty, so I would take the Libby's and I would take cream cheese and tons of heavy whipping cream and just mix it into a mousse. Okay, I am addicted to Pinterest. If y'all clicked on my Pinterest over there, you will see I have all kind of areas of things I click on. Like I have boards for everything. Keto sweets, keto entrees, keto party, keto Thanksgiving, keto I click and just add to my list all the time. I wish I could have avocados. I miss guacamole so much. Okay. I don't do the cookbooks because before keto, I'm huge into having my own recipes since I was 13 years old. So I take my recipes and I flip them into keto. I just change out stuff. Like this cheese sauce I used to make over floured chicken with onions and bell peppers. I switched to having sometimes coconut flour because my daughter is allergic to almond flour, and I fry it a little, and I do cream cheese when I was making it and butter in there and heavy cream and mozzarella cheese and just melt it into this gooey stuff. And then I still fry up and caramelize the onion and the mushrooms for it and green peppers. Baby, don't be giving me money. This is not a way to make me take money. Now you're in trouble because you're supposed to be buying those dances, not handing me money. See, I won't take money from him, so he thinks he's being sneaky. So basically okay, so there's a couple ways I've made pizza. One is I actually like the Quest pizzas, and they're about $5. And my daughter really likes them. Two, I take the flour tortilla shells, the low carb ones, all different ones, especially the ones from Aldi's, and I put olive oil on both sides, and I put garlic and Italian seasoning on both sides, and I crisp it a tiny bit, and then I go ahead and heat up all my meats that I want to put on there because I like ground beef and pepperoni and bacon, and I mix that all in a frying pan and cook it up really hot and then throw it on there. And the same as when I do the mushrooms, bell peppers, I throw that all on the frying pan first, then stick it on there, put cheese, and then stick it back in the oven. But the truth is, my favorite way is to flatten out a chicken breast as flat as possible, and it's not going to have a crunch, but I make a pizza on top of that. The sauce, everything, anything I would put on a pizza, I put on that flat chicken breast and stick in the oven. And that is my favorite pizza now, ever since starting keto. Well, see, I'm bad though when I eat the Quest pizzas because my butt goes and adds a bunch of stuff to it because I like green olives and some bell peppers, and I don't like the loaded Quest pizza. I just like the pepperoni, and then I add what I want. I had a burger one a long time ago, but at that time I couldn't eat hamburger meat, so it made me sick. So I got to try it again now that I've found some sirloin hamburger meat I can have. I haven't tried the Real Good Foods one, but I do have it in my freezer. I have Quest pizza in my freezer. I have tons of Enlightened desserts in my freezer. This house is filled with keto stuff. I just stay away from it because I don't want to eat it until I'm at my goal weight. Yeah, see, gabapentin makes it like impossible to lose weight. They put me on it for my fibromyalgia, but within 2 pills, I had a horrible allergic reaction and my throat swelled completely shut. It's when we have tried every medicine in the world on me, and the only thing I can take is ibuprofen, and it can't be over the counter because the dyes in it makes me extremely sick. I have an allergic reaction to them. But you still lost 60, and you can get those 20 back off, and it could be mostly water weight. It's a miracle during this time of all this stress that, like, when I gained the 23 pounds for no meat, no eggs in March during the lockdown, I almost gave in at that moment. I was just like, what's the point? We're going to be locked down. No one's going to see me. My life is over, blah, blah, blah. I went to this dark little hole for a minute, but I had all y'all to help pull me out of it. Because it would have been so easy just to be like, well, it's the pandemic. And then I flipped my brain and said, no, I'm going to be one of the people that come out of the pandemic at my goal weight. Instead of gaining, I want to lose. Okay, so I believe it has because I had the Charge 2 my whole first 3 years. I just got the 4 this summer, and I have the Samsung one I got a year ago, which is really expensive, but the battery dies really fast. I would never recommend it. It's a real phone though. But I love it because I can get that later from voicemail. It's my daughter's school. I track my activity. I track my sleep. It tells me if I'm sitting too long. It's me aware. Before, I didn't know if I really walked that far. I didn't know if I was actually moving or am I sitting? Am I getting any sleep? I have been addicted to Fitbits for 4 years now. Well, yeah, you got it back off. That's all that matters. You might gain it, but getting it back off is what counts. What do you mean not eating? You can eat. That's the thing about keto is you actually can eat. You don't have to starve yourself. Now, I do intermittent fasting because I do it for autophagy. All right, my biggest fear when starting this whole journey was loose skin. Okay, I've seen my 600-pound life. I was almost 400 pounds. I've seen how much loose skin was very possible for me to have. I saw when I was 18 and got to 190 from 200 and something, I lost like 50 pounds, how much loose skin I had at 18, and that's when your skin's supposed to shrink back. It was horrible. And I was like, oh. Like, I was freaking because even though my insurance will pay for it, I can't be put to sleep, so I can't have the surgery to get my skin removed. But I did so much research. One, I always, for my stomach area and chest, always wore a tank top one size too tight, 24/7. I don't do it anymore because I can't find them too tight. Even extra smalls aren't too tight anymore. But I did it for 3 whole years. It's the whole thing about a corset, how it can help keep you together. 2, I did collagen religiously now for what, almost 2 years now, religiously, and intermittent fasting for the autophagy part. I try to go 20 plus hours if I can. Clean fasting. Sometimes it is dirty me, and I will have a coffee that almost has 50 calories in it, but not quite. And I swear, all those things combined is what's helped me not have the crazy loose skin, because that was my fear. And I still have fat to go, so we'll see how bad it is, but it'll never be as bad as my brain said it was going to be, ever. I wish I could have pecans. I don't even know if I'm allergic to them, because I was as a kid, and then I became not allergic. It wasn't like a bad allergy, but my daughter was deadly allergic, so I had to give them up 15 years ago, and I'm afraid to even try them in case I have a reaction. And my favorite thing was those candy pecans that they would roast in the stores, especially Toys R Us every year. Those cinnamon, oh my gosh, those were so good. Now, I have the loose skin on my thighs, but I have a lot of fat there too. So I'm hoping I won't mind it so much. And when I get down to my goal, my permanent weight, I'm going to do a video of my loose skin. It's probably why I'm doing so many squats, because I know I'm going to be doing a video one day, so I need to get my thighs and bottom in check. So I don't like keto bricks, and I had a horrible allergic reaction to them, but I don't like them. And no, they don't use latex. I contacted them and had a long talk with them before I even bought it, but there is something in them that caused me to have a reaction. Now, the collagen company that I get from Perfect Keto, they have a new collagen. And I ordered some this week, and I'm waiting for it to get here. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and they even have a recipe, and I'm going to use it in my pancakes. Thank you. I'm not the only one who thought it was gross. I couldn't stand it, and I see high fat and high fun, high fat, 80 keto. That's what I will always know him as. He loves it, but I don't. I think it's chalky, and I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. I started exercising this summer. 181 pounds lost with not any exercise. I tried most of the flavors. I bought a little sample pack, and I didn't like any of them, and I had a reaction, which isn't a surprise because you know me. I have reactions to all foods. So this summer, I started doing some walking and tons of pool exercise. I did water aerobics in my own pool, and those little dumbbell things in the water, I did those. And I need to start doing them in the house because I haven't done them in a couple of months. So it's like everything I built up on my arms is gone now. But I have a VR headset, Quest 2, that I work out with every single day for at least an hour, which doesn't feel like a workout because it's a dance routine, or it's boxing, or it's Beat Saber. Like, I'm having so much fun. Well, salted caramel perfect keto is my favorite collagen. And then I have a vanilla that I mix with chocolate. I don't like them by themselves. And I don't like any of them without sweet and low in it because I hate stevia. So I add 2 packs of sweet and low to every single coffee. Yeah, y'all can come at me because it's dirty, but I don't care. I've been drinking sweet and low since I was 1 year old. And I can't wait to taste the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one. I hope it's good because I'll order 2 of them. Okay, so I finally got it where I can sleep between 6 and 7 hours, which is a miracle. And I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. Not only do I take my magnesium 2 hours before I'm going to bed, and I have my bouillon cube with the Soleil water all in a broth together, like heated up. I drink this right before bed. I do an hour to an hour and 15 minutes in the VR world. That's my workout. I sweat my butt off. I get so exhausted. I take my shower, get into my PJs, drink that drink, crawl into bed, and I usually can fall asleep within an hour or so when it used to take me 3 to 4 hours to fall asleep. And it didn't matter if I waited to go to bed at 4 a.m. It would still take me 3 or 4 hours of laying there in the dark to fall asleep. It's been that way my whole life. But it's gotten so better since I've been doing this routine. Okay, so favorite things like what? Because I do have a, I think it's called, it's one of the links in each of my videos for up in the description area. It's not my wish list on Amazon. It's just a fat to keto idea shopping list. And I put like my air fryers. I put everything I like on there, my foods, my snacks, all kind of stuff on that list. Let me see if I can get to it. Oh, I forgot. I was shopping for a, that video is still trying to process. I was shopping for a new tripod. My tripod decided to break on me. Let's see. Where is that list? Your idea list. I wonder if it's going to let me paste it for y'all to be able to click on or not. I'm not sure if that worked. Hello. I did buy the good one. The one I bought was almost $100. So don't argue with me about my tripod. How it broke was ridiculous, but it broke. Okay. So my little VR headset is one that has a cord. It's the Quest 2. And you can Google it or YouTube it and watch the different games and gameplay. I just don't know how to stream it without getting the whole copyright issue. But you put it on and you're in this cartoon world. Some worlds look real, but the dance one I do is very cartoony. But I don't care. And you copy their moves and you get points, and there's like 40 something songs, and I'm starting to finally learn the routine after all these months of playing it, and there's no cord, and it's so much fun, and you can do it with people too. The only magnesium I can use is, okay, so it's this one, but it's not the soft gel. See, this one's the soft gel. I have reactions to it because it has MCT oil in it, and I have become sensitive with my tummy. So I take the tablet one. A lot of my stomach issues were from my MCT oil. I was doing 4,000 a day just the oil itself. I was getting 10,000 a day in my collagen. I was taking it and all my stuff like this. I was getting 20 to 30,000 MCT a day and didn't realize it because I never went and added them up or paid attention. And it was causing me severe heartburn and stomach discomfort and inflammation. And it was messing me up really bad. Really bad. I suck at dancing, but I love it. So that's why I love the quest so much. And I could watch a YouTube video and dance with it, but it's not the same as having it in your head and you feel like you're actually in this fake little club dancing and trying to compete in a competition. I like that it's a game on top of it. I cannot dance. Okay, we're not talking stripper pole dancing right now, honey. We are talking about actual dancing. I suck at it. So the only MCT I get now is what's in perfect keto, and it's a very, very low dose compared to preferred elements, which was my favorite collagen in the world until this past year I had to switch over because of my stomach. See, it never did that to me, but I found out it was triggering my heartburn. Okay. When I started keto, I did all that. I did not eliminate Quest bars or any of that really until I started my cut this past April because I needed to lose 50 more pounds, well, 60 something pounds. But I managed to lose the 53 during the summer. You know what I did for dinner tonight? The Quest chips. I do Quest chips a lot. The only reason I'm not doing the Quest bars is a lot of them have almond. I think almost all of them do. And I have an issue with almond causing inflammation. I will tell you, I do monk fruit every day. I do sweet and low every day. I can have sucralose and still lose weight and stay in ketosis, but other people can't. But I own millions of like Quest Reese cups and all kind of stuff, but I don't eat them right now because I am on a huge cut. I did eat them in September and October. From April to September was a huge cut. That's when I lost like the 50 something pounds. But then September I went to net carbs and started eating that kind of stuff. But I'm on ibuprofen that kicks me anyways. So I lost 3 pounds in those 2 months. And this month is the whole 30-day pre-holiday challenge. I'm on day 18 now, so I don't get to eat those things because I have to stay total carb 20, not net. So if you're doing net, you can probably get away with that kind of stuff. But when you're doing total, it's almost impossible. I hate stevia. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I have to use 15 packs of stevia to even make it seem like it tastes sweet. And then I still can't stand the taste of it. It is so gross to me. I'd rather drink a black coffee than drink stevia. That's what's in my collagen. So I have to go get sweet and low and pour sweet and low all in it to hide the stevia taste. Okay, I love Americanos from Starbucks. That's what I order at Starbucks, an Americano. It is my favorite. And every time my daughter talks me into putting something in it, like a sugar-free cinnamon dolce or something, I burn it because I just like it natural. Girl, you know I was hiding from the scale last month. with all those ibuprofens I was taking. Well, y'all see my weigh-in tomorrow, but I didn't get upset because I had to take 2 ibuprofen. So I knew 100% I was going up. I don't like the Starbucks Christmas cups this year. They look stupid. Okay, so if you eat a keto bar and you feel hungry and you're not testing your blood sugars and ketones, then there is a very good chance your blood sugar is going up and it's spiking you to be hungry. So I'm 5'6". I'm going to be 148. Right now I am 163. 164. My lowest is 162 something, but I had ibuprofen yesterday and it makes me go up 2 pounds. So if you want to get the weight off quickly, don't worry so much about anything like calories. If I was you, I would go 20 total carbs, not net. And I would do at least 150 protein and then whatever fat, like 85 or less. Because that's about what mine is right now. But because you're so new at it, I ate a lot of cheese and did not worry about how many calories it was just until my body became adapted and I was no longer hungry. I literally get hungry once a day and that's it. I have to force myself to eat twice because my stomach won't hold enough food in one sitting. So I have to divide it in the 2 meals, but my stomach only actually is hungry 1 time a day. And that's for breakfast. That's around about 10 a.m. I start getting hungry. See, I don't like cold coffee. I see so many people do cold coffee. My daughter does, but I can't do it. I have to have my coffee hot. I cannot stand it cold. Okay, so when I'm in Hawaii, I do the hot Americano with the heavy cream because they have a really good heavy cream there, but our Starbucks heavy cream sucks. I hate the taste of it. And I do the sugar-free cinnamon dolce. But here, it tastes like garbage. So the brand they use is horrible here. And you can use Carb Manager app. They have, you don't have to pay the $30 for a year for it. You just get some ads and some of the features you can't use. But I don't really use most of the features that I pay for. Well, like one thing, I hear so many people say, well, that's not keto. It might not be keto for you, but it might be keto for someone else. All that matters is your body is producing ketones and running off of them. Some people can have cranberry and actually stay in ketosis, when others of us just eat a little too much broccoli and we get thrown out of ketosis. I mean, that's never happened to me, but I have heard of that happening. Okay, so the first year of keto, I was drinking pickle juice like no tomorrow because I have a low sodium issue and ended up in the ER and then in the heart ring for 3 days because my sodium was dangerously low and it was damaging my heart. So I sucked down the pickle juice. But the pickle juice causes anyone with GER the worst things in the world. Like, if you have GER or heartburn, it is like no pickles, no onion. Even apple cider vinegar can kill your stomach to pieces. Are you talking about my carb manager? You want me to pull my carb manager up? Oh my gosh. I do have a pickle juice spot in my freezer and I haven't tried it yet. I was actually thinking about making my own. But, you know, the whole heartburn. It sucks being afraid of food now because I don't want to suffer from heartburn. Because when Mountain Dew Zero came out, to me it is the best drink in the world. And I was losing weight drinking it. But I figured out that it was the carbonation giving me the worst heartburn in the world. So I had to stop drinking it. Yes, pickle juice killed me. Pickle juice didn't put me in the hospital. It gave me heartburn. Pickle juice is what I had to start drinking after getting out of the hospital because I couldn't keep my sodium level high enough. So the one thing I don't like about Carb Manager, it finally opened. Usually I can't get it to open. So this is what I use to track mine. It's probably a little blurry. And most of y'all probably seen these on my video. I don't know why he wants me to show, but, and you just go through and you just put in what you've eaten for the day. Like, I track everything, even my water. So y'all see that I had nachos tonight. Don't worry, they're keto. Keto nachos. I have a hard time getting the 1,300 calories. I'm just never hungry. My watch. Oh, you mean like the app for it? Because my watch you can't see on the thingy. My baby. So I don't have very many steps and I'm probably not working out today. But this is what my watch does. It can track all kind of goodies. Like, it tells me everything. My heart rate's a little higher today because I forgot. It's usually 65. It's 81 today because I forgot to take my magnesium. And I love pickle juice, so it really sucks I can't have it. And I'll tell you something else that will probably gross a lot of people out, but oh well, I'm from the South. The first 2 years of keto, when I had low sodium, I would go get me a bunch of pickled pig's feet. Loaded with sodium, and I would eat me some pickled pig's feet, which doesn't gross me out because my parents had me teething on pickled pig's feet, so I've eaten it my whole life. We've had the keto ice cream here for a while at Aldi's, but I haven't tried it. I get so nervous with keto ice creams. Like, Enlightened keto ice cream is the only one that does not affect my stomach at all. I love Rebel. That's probably my favorite one for flavor, especially the coffee chip or whatever it's called, mocha chip. But I will throw up for hours. My mom did that all the time, the chicken feet and the bone broths. Especially ham bone broths. That's where she really did the ham ones when she made bone broths. Some Aldis have a keto bar. Mine does not. It has the Evolution bars, and they are way too high, and they have maltodextrin and stuff in it, and I think maltitol. Okay, what was my relationship with food before? Well, I played online games 24/7, so I never actually went and cooked any food. I would just have a bag of Cheetos that would last me 3 or 4 days, and that's what I would eat. Or I would go get a brownie or a little Debbie out of the kitchen because that's what my mom always had. Like, I didn't really eat real food, not towards the end. I was never an overeater. I was born with tons of ulcers all in my stomach, and I have extreme sensitivity to food and a long allergy list to food. So I didn't eat most food, literally. I would eat ham. I would eat I would go to Subways and buy 2-foot long BMTs. So that was 4 days worth of food because I could only eat 1/6 inch in a day. I could never even finish a burrito supreme without throwing up because that was too much food for my stomach. I have never had a big stomach. Even the doctors, when I was 368, when I had all my exams, was like, do you realize your stomach is smaller than your fist? You should be very, very skinny. I was like, I know, I can't eat a lot. When I do, I'll throw it up all day long. And it's true. If I ate a pork chop, I would be throwing it up. I couldn't eat roast without throwing it up. Like, I was always throwing up. I was malnutrition. The doctor said 1,000,000 health problems. And I finally met a woman, a GYN, who finally listened to me. And she said, we're going to run a test because I can tell you right now, I already know what's wrong with you, but we're going to run the test just to have verification. And she came back and said, I'm really sorry. You're 37 years old and you should have been diagnosed at 13 when you bloomed up overnight for no reason. Because I did. I didn't eat. I was not an eater and I gained so much weight because I had polycystic ovary syndrome. It's why I had tons of miscarriages. I couldn't get pregnant other times. My whole life would have been different if doctors would just had listened to me. And with polycystic ovary syndrome, especially the adrenal gland type I have, it means I can't have carbs. I could have calories, but I can't have carbs because I have severe insulin resistance. See, I was always an undereater. And we would track, like I did Weight Watchers, and I lost like tons of weight and my clothes were falling off of me. But then all of a sudden I gained the weight back, but my clothes were still falling off of me. But they discouraged me so bad by telling me I was doing it wrong because my weight came back. But my clothes were falling off of me still. They didn't take in consideration lean mass, right? They didn't take in consideration that I was going to the gym and bodybuilding, and this was like 15 years ago. But even though I stopped doing, going to their things, I was still eating their diet. But then all of a sudden I started gaining the weight back and the clothes were getting tight again because it's not a low carb diet. Oh, thank you for coming. So yeah, I was the carb eater, but I wasn't the overeater. Because I couldn't eat a cheeseburger and french fries. Oh, where did I miss that? Okay, so I am in North Carolina, but I am born in Florida. And I lived years of my life in Florida. I am a Floridian at heart and always will be. So when you say you overeat on keto, do you overeat your carbs or just calories? My mama is from Georgia. Oh, you're welcome. So the first thing you got to do is start tracking to make sure what you're having issues with. And hello, are you on any medications? Do you have any health conditions? That all matters. Look at me. I can put on 2 pounds overnight in fluid from ibuprofen, and I will not go down as long as I am taking it. Okay, my head is starting to hurt, so we're pulling this off. I have a problem with undereating calories. Hello. I'm glad you got to make it at all. I just did this last minute. Okay, so you shouldn't have a problem eating too much meat, though. Okay, carnivore. You can lose weight being a carnivore, and they eat a lot of calories. And you will lose weight because you're in such high ketosis the whole time. Maybe it is carbs, because it's really hard, because I do a high protein keto. I always have. A lot of people used to argue with me saying, because if you watch Dr. Berg and some other people, they'll be stupid and they will literally tell you you can kick yourself out of ketosis having too much protein. Okay, that's not exactly true, because when they studied all this years ago and they put people in the hospital and gave them a starvation diet and put them in ketosis, they were noticing that they were losing all their muscle mass. So then they decided to give them only protein. They gained their muscle mass and stayed in higher ketosis, a healthy ketosis. So there's no such thing as eating too much protein for ketosis. Usually, if you can't lose weight, it really is your carbs are higher than you think they are. I was doing what I thought was one carb, because you read things and it'll be like one carb on it. Do you know the government says as long as it's right under 2, it can say 1, right under 3, it can say 2. So if you only get 20 total carbs a day and all your products has just lied 1 carb to you, and you think you just ate 20, you might just actually have eaten 40 carbs, because they're allowed to lie to you. Yeah, see, Life Adventures in Ketos is right. Your body does need time to heal. My body stalled over and over again healing. And the scale wasn't moving, but my sizes were over and over again this summer. Like, there would be times the scale didn't move and my sizes dropped drastically. Okay, so now my learning disability is catching in and I don't know what that C word is. I'm trying to sound it out the best I can. Cannibals? I'm gonna have to Google it. Cannibals. So it is what I thought it was. Oh, good grief. When I'm extremely stalled, I go ketovore. Like, I basically only been eating protein and some fat, but it's basically been meat, other than having 1.5 tablespoons of coconut flour a day. Everything else, 90% of the time during the summer was all meats. Where's Aretha? There you are. So there's a comment coming on the video tomorrow. Because, yeah. You totally shocked me. You'll see in the video tomorrow. I was totally in shock last night. Late at night. It's not very clear because I'm outside in the dark when I find out. How many people do you eat in a day? Oh, Aretha. Y'all see in tomorrow's video. You're asking on their behalf. Well, it's illegal, and if they get caught, they go to prison. Okay, you can gain weight from eating too much fat, but usually people who do carnivore or stuff like that, they use more lean proteins, so they don't eat that much fat. Because here's the trick: you want your body to take the fat on you and turn it into ketones. That's how you're going to lose your fat quickly. It's why in the beginning and most of my journey, I did 45 fat grams and tons of protein, like 200 protein. Now I'm down to like 110 protein, 150 protein, and I'm up to 85 fat and 95 fat because I don't have that much fat left to lose. So it was stalling me and making me not feel very good and not have much energy because I don't have that much to turn to ketones anymore. But if you have a lot of weight to lose, you can go 50 fat and do the rest protein. You can do boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can do some cod, flounder. I do a lot of wings, which actually will bring your fats up quickly though because of the skin. You can do, I do sirloin, ground beef, so it doesn't have that much fat in it. And I drain the fat off of everything I eat, and I put my own fat in by like Kerrygold butter or heavy cream or some cheese. I want to decide what kind of fat I put in my body and how much. Yes. Yes, I've always been the one who does the lower fat. And I also get that from Dr. Eric Westman. He says there's no need to eat the extra fat if you don't want to. You need to take it from your body, let your body feed on itself and stick more to the lean meats. And like if you do his page 4, he doesn't put a limit on your protein intake at all. He puts a limit on like 2 cups of leafy green vegetables and 1 cup of like tomatoes, cucumbers, or mushrooms. Like you have to combine it into 1 cup if you want all of that. 6 olives a day, that's all you're allowed. I think it's 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise or sour cream or something like that a day. 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter. Like, he puts limits on that kind of stuff. And I think it was 2 ounces of cheese. I'm trying to remember it all in my head. And the new version, you cannot have any berries. You cannot have any nuts either on his newest one that he came out with a whole year ago. You and your 7-Eleven. Okay, cute little puppy. I love like a creamy sauce or something. Like, I cook my hamburger meat, which is low fat already, in my Kerrygold butter, and then I drain it all out. And then if I want something in it, make like a gravy or something, I throw in some heavy cream, a little bit more butter, some water, and then xanthan gum, and then whatever seasonings I want. But I want to control my fat the way I want it. I'd rather have some butter than the fat that came off the hamburger meat, because that's going to make me sick and I don't like the taste of it. But that's just me. The same with my chickens, my bacon, like everything. I make sure there's no grease on it, and I add what I want, which is usually Kerrygold butter. Hey, I knew you were going to say Long Johns. Do not talk about Long Johns in a keto thing, okay? I knew he was going to do that. He's so bad. See, as soon as I get off the plane, he goes and buys one. And he teases me because he knows it's my favorite thing in the world. And what happens? Bye-bye keto out the window when I get to those Long Johns. I just started using heavy cream this week again, and I don't know if it's going to affect me yet or not. There's some I made into a whipped cream, and it's in my coffee right now because it was causing me inflammation. And when I say I use heavy cream, I'm talking about 2 tablespoons max a day. Anymore, even though I'm told I'm not lactose intolerant, but anymore, and I'm almost throwing up. I have horrible burps. I have tons of stomach cramps, but my doctor says I have no issue with lactose. Like, I have but it seems like I do. Just saying. Like, I have all the symptoms. I want cabbage so bad. I make amazing keto coleslaw, and my stomach won't process it anymore. All of a sudden, my stomach refuses to break down raw vegetables other than, like, I can do lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and carrots. Anything else, my stomach will not do. See, my problem is if I get snacky, it's not because I'm hungry. It's because I want some wisp, or I want, some ice cream, or my brain just wants something bad. Okay. So my friend got that surgery at the same time I went keto. And she was in the ICU over and over again because her intestines got infected and they had to keep going back in and removing more and more. She had such a horrible time, but guess what? Her diet afterwards is a ketogenic diet. Like, that's what they put her on after she got off of the liquid diet, because you have to do liquid diet for like 2 months. And because of her issues, it lasted way longer. So why have the bypass when you're going to end up on something like keto anyways? Just go keto. Like, I lost 120 pounds the first year. And people on that surgery. And let's put it this way. I've not met anyone who's had that surgery done who don't need skin remove. See, that's what I hear from everyone, that it makes them permanently have a digestive issue. Like, my mom's friend had one done 20 something years ago when it wasn't like it is today. and she's almost died from it several times, and it was 20 years ago. She's been malnutrition ever since, and she cannot take in nutrients ever again. She has to go to the hospital and get fed by machines and all kind of crazy stuff. Did it cause you, if it's too personal, you don't have to answer, but did it cause you to have the, like, drop so fast that, because everyone's telling me that you drop so fast in weight loss that your skin doesn't even have time to recover. See, that's why I was wondering. Because that's what everyone keeps saying. Because at one point, I was almost there, and then we realized I can't go under. And then I found keto, and I was like, okay, let's do it keto. But I wish I could go under so I could get the skin off my thighs. My first month on keto, I lost 30 pounds. And I know most of that was fluid. But I was going from very high carb to like almost no carb. And I was starting to eat protein instead of eating carbs. Okay, so here's the question. What's one thing y'all all miss that is not keto, and you don't know how to make a keto version of it, but you miss it? I know, might be a trigger, but mine is Long John's or the Dunkin' Donuts chocolate glaze with the white cream in the middle. I cannot seem to make a keto version of it. See, that's why they need to get keto more out there for people. Watermelon. Okay, so here's the thing about watermelon. I could eat watermelon and lose weight because watermelon, and I stopped eating it years ago because watermelon makes me pee. I can take 5 bites and I'm going to pee for 3 days straight and I'm not going to stop. And that is not a lie. It's like, what just happened? I'm like in the bathroom peeing every 2 seconds. If I even eat a few bites of watermelon, it is the craziest thing in the world. See, I'm a donut person, and I have recipes for brownies, and they taste like brownies, so I don't miss brownies. But I can't find a way to make a good donut. And I'll admit, when I decide I have a cheat, I take myself down to Dunkin' Donuts, and that's my cheat. That's what I do in Hawaii every time. It's hello Dunkin' Donuts. Well, see, here's the trick. Bigger Ben, they will be starving because their stomach is still too big. So you do keto and eat way more protein than you would on that diet, and because you still lose weight. Because if your stomach's still this big, because most people's stomach is stretched out really big when you're a big person, and you're only putting a tiny bit of food in it, you are starving 24/7. So the gastrosurgery, there's different ones. There's a sleeve where they actually cut most of your stomach away and make it look like a sleeve. There's a belt where they go in there and they put this little rubber band thingy on there to make it smaller. The bypass is where they actually bypass, some intestines or something. They bypass the whole area and they make your tummy really tiny so that you're not hungry. And you can't have carbon after this stuff either. So the reason you're not so hungry is because it's really tiny and really easy to fill it up. yeah, I can guarantee someone, let's say my dad, that would not fill him up. He would still be hungry. And all it's going to do is stretch your tummy out even more. But why not just do keto? Why go through any of those tricks? Why not just do keto where you can eat a bunch of stuff? No, I do not. So literally, you can just do keto and not have the headache. You can eat your cheese. You can eat Brussels sprouts and asparagus wrapped in bacon, loaded cauliflower, big giant ribeyes and porterhouses, and bacon and eggs and omelets, and even berries and some nuts. You could eat healthy and still have snacks. For some people can do it all and feel full, not feel like you're being left out, and you don't have to just gorge on water and cucumbers, which wouldn't be very healthy anyways. See, I have seen that a lot too, especially because I watched that 600-pound life show, and I've watched them lose weight and gain it back. So like, they're supposed to be bringing back The Biggest Loser. Always thought that I was addicted to that show, but I thought they did it the most unhealthiest ways in the world. Girl, let me tell you, when you were wearing that peach shirt the other day, peach is so your color. I can't wait for my hair to grow long again. I guess it's gotten nighttime out there. So, anyone got any fun plans for the weekend? My video is still exporting. It normally takes 5 minutes, and it's been over an hour, and it's still not done. There we go. That's going to be loud. Okay, there. Bye. No, you want to have the cream. Okay, you don't eat bananas on keto. On keto, the only fruit that's going to go inside your mouth is tomatoes, avocados, and berries. And you want to eat heavy cream, and you want to eat real butter. We ain't trying to get rid of the fat. We're trying to get rid of the carbs. And it works. I've lost 206 pounds. Which means I'm going to have to go soon, or my video tomorrow will never have time to upload. It takes hours. And my internet's not bad right now, but last night took like 12 hours, and the night before was 17, and I have no clue why. So I've redone this room, of course, but I still have not decided what pictures to put on the walls in here. Right now, I'll show you. I just have my Maryland collection going on until I figure out what to put up there. They were already holes in the walls. So I'm like, we'll just stick those up there. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, I totally forgot I said I was going to do it too, and I was in the middle of cleaning house and like had to rush. I was like throwing my clothes off, putting new ones on. Me and my Shasha bracelets. Keto Diamond got me completely addicted. Trying to decide in December if I'm staying blonde or going like, my crazy red, or just doing copper for the roots. I don't know yet. I am not a blueberry fan, but I love strawberries and blackberries. Oh, and raspberries. Oh my gosh, I love raspberries. I am. I was going to go with my mom's dressing and cheat this year, and I ordered some cornbread, paleo keto cornbread. So it's extremely healthy. It is made with almond flour, and I got to make it up. So I'm going to make a dressing myself that's going to stay keto. I decided, even after I had said over and over again I was going off keto for Thanksgiving, that I'm going to stay keto. I'm going to make me my own little pumpkin dessert, like a pumpkin pie dessert without a crust. And I could make a crust if I wanted to, but I don't care for the crust anyways. Maybe I'll make a pumpkin bread, and I'm going to have the turkey. I'm going to have loaded cauliflower probably, and then the dressing. And we all know I eat very tiny portions, so I'm not even worried about overeating. Hello, welcome. See, I started now, since I'm at home most of the time, is I record a little and stick it into my editor on the computer, and then I record whatever else and I go ahead and stick it in, because at night I'm running around trying to figure out which order did they go in, because I talk out of order in my videos and I have to put them in the correct order. Yeah, I do it the hard way. How are you doing today? Hello. Now, unfortunately, everyone else isn't keto, so I'm going to be having to make a lot of unketo Thanksgiving foods, like mashed potatoes, chocolate pudding pie, normal apple pie, pumpkin pie. What else do I have to make? All the green bean casserole stuff, sweet potato casserole. There's a list. That's if I can find a turkey, because there's only one brand of turkey we can eat because of our allergies, and everywhere seems to be sold out of it. There's only 2 places I know that actually sells it. See, I get in the car and I run my mouth, but I don't edit anything out. People's just stuck with it. Yesterday, I had to edit myself, though. I don't know if you caught the video from today, but I kind of ranted, and I had to pull myself back and like, girl, this ain't TikTok. You can't say that stuff here. If you want to say that, go get your butt back on TikTok. So my mom is going to cook the turkey because my oven, it will not cook that kind of stuff right. Like, it's broken, but it'll cook side dishes with no problem because you can cook it a little longer, and I don't want to dry out a turkey. But I have always been the cook since I was 13 because I love to cook, and I always made up my own recipes and came up with all kind of stuff. Everyone thought I would own my own restaurant. When I grew up, of course, my aunt thought I was going to be a stripper, but that's a whole nother story. But everyone else thought I was going to own my own restaurant. I was actually going to call it the Drunken Pig, and it'd be a barbecue place because I had my whole, like, I could smoke pig, and like I had tons of recipes I had made up myself, tons of my own barbecue sauces that I made up myself, and I won competitions for them. But yeah, that didn't happen. So yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent. How did I meet my boy? Well, to be in a game called Second Life. So I had swore off because I was legally separated at that time, and I swore off dating guys. Like, I was done. I just wanted to have fun and have my own freedom and not be owned to anyone. He would not take no for an answer. He kept messing with me all the time. No, you're going to fall in love with me because I fell in love with you the moment I met you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, he was big into weightlifting and martial arts and MGA, something fighting, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. All this kind of stuff. And here I was at that point, like, I think 360, 340, I don't know, somewhere in there. And I'm like, I'm this girl, and he doesn't even care. But I still didn't want a relationship. He had to push me into it. And he kind of lied to me. So he was in trouble because I told him he had to move here in a year if I agreed to date him. Yeah. We're in our 4th year. Does he live here? No. So yeah, I met him through a game. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. I love everyone who watches me. Everyone's crazy sweet and kind, and I love all their comments and getting to talk back. And I just have the best group of people. And if there wasn't a virus going on, I would be like traveling, trying to meet people. Like, because my sister and them are moving to Kansas or Missouri. I don't remember. Somewhere right there on that line. And like, I'm going to be traveling to see them, which means there's 2 ways to go. And I'm going to go both ways. One will take me through West Virginia and across. And then the other way will take me through Tennessee and across. So we just got to find out where in Tennessee, right? I gotta look. I've never been there. Let me look. Hold on. And after the virus, I'm coming to Southern Pines, and we are totally gonna do lunch. That is 6 hours from me. See, that's why I'm talking about coming to see you when I go through that way. I know, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird now. Like, I am on the other side. I'm in the Sandhill area, so I am 2.5 hours from Wilmington, North Carolina. So the beach. It is really strange. I have not been there in 15 months. So it's going to be kind of weird when I go back. And I love him to death, but his personality's changed completely. So, aww. I've been to Peach Grove, Tennessee before. I think that's what it was called. When I was like 18, we went there for a party. And let me tell you, I was a little in shock. We went through these guarded gates, and they have their own gas station, their own bank, their own bar, their own pizza place. And everyone lived in those sheds you can buy at Lowe's. They were turned into houses. We're there for a party, right? I was there with my friend and her mom and them, and tons of us went, and we slept in our cars in the snow. And then I find out what kind of place we were actually at. It's like Hippieville. Everyone's high as a kite. And let's just say it was militia type thing. And I was like, what? What's I? And here I was 18 years old, totally in shock. And I'm just like, we're up in a mountain-like area in the middle of nowhere. Like, please let me survive. Don't let these people go crazy on me or something. It was like a horror movie. I think it's Nashville that I would be going through. I don't remember the exact route. I think it was called Peach Grove. Like, I was like 18 when I went. And it was so weird. Like, that is an experience that I will never forget in my lifetime. It stuck with me so much. I can remember everything. Like, I can see it right now on the wall type deal, playing in the picture. Like, that was such a freaky moment for me that I remember everything. And that's not the worst I've ever, like, that was not even a bad thing. It was just freaky. It was just shocking. Like, okay, so I didn't know these about my friend's parents, so yeah. I want to travel to all the states. That's one of my goals in life. Of course, I've been through California, but I ain't ever seen it because I go to Hawaii. Been to Florida, been to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, been to DC, Delaware, New York, Tennessee, Michigan, been to Michigan. So I love to travel. Like, I always wanted a job that involved traveling, and I was going to be the happiest person in the world to get to travel. Yeah, it didn't happen. But that's what I originally wanted to do, is do tons of traveling. Of course, my bucket list was always Hawaii. Now I've been there over and over again. And let's just say it is not like they advertise it. Okay, there's this tiny little area that is nice and beautiful, like they show, and then a few little water places here and there that's absolutely gorgeous. The rest is ghetto, with hundreds of homeless people having sex in the middle of town, fisting each other. I am not lying. Pooping on the sidewalk, peeing on your foot, screaming, yelling because they all have a mental disability. I am not lying. Like, I lost it the first time I went there. Now it's just like, oh yeah. Yep, you're going to have sex in front of us. Yep. Okay, I'm going this way. You gonna poop there? Yeah. Seen it already. Yep. It is not like the brochures, people. I'm gonna have to figure out how to come through there and meet y'all all. This virus needs to go away. And when they announced about the vaccine working 90% after 2 doses, but it won't be available until early, late next spring, and that won't even be for everyone. I need a job. Like, and no one in my family is going to let me work until this is over. I'm just like, another, like, almost year? Really? And I don't even know what to believe. I don't know to believe if there's really that many cases right now or if it's all a crap. Just because the hospitals get more money and people get more funding. Are they telling the truth? Is it true? Is it really that bad right now, or is it a lie? I will be honest. I'm the last person in this world to trust government. Just, I don't. The problem with that is I can't. I have documentation that I can't have vaccinations because of my allergies. And my daughter, it could kill her if she caught it, or the vaccination could kill her. She can't even have the normal vaccinations at all because it almost killed her at 2 years old. She almost died from them. It's a compound that's used in every vaccine that's made out there. And she's allergic to most plants, and one of them are plant-based right now. Well, he announced a little while ago today that it really won't be readily available to normal people until April. Most of my dad's family was all from West Virginia, Beckley area, the Beckley, West Virginia. My parents go crazy when I walk down the road. Like, I saw my mom spying, standing at the mailbox for me. You can't see me. The road turns in S's and all kind of stuff. But yet she was out there trying to listen to see if I would scream. So, yeah, I'm going to have to start carrying the gun so they will leave me alone. And I'm going to have to get a baton for the dog because there is a pit bull that tries to bite me and has ripped my pants several times. I can't even walk that way anymore. And I've lived here longer than those people have. They do get more funding. So, and I know people for a fact who didn't have the virus who got listed as their death having the virus. But I also know for sure I did lose an aunt and a cousin to the virus. And my dad has lost a lot of army buddies to the virus. Oh, that sounds like a pretty name, Falling Waters. Well, see, I don't want to carry anything big because I don't want to scare anyone. I just want to carry something tiny, and that's why I want a baton, like the real kind, the kind they used on was it Elemental with the Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Like, I just want those batons where I just whip it out if I need it, but the rest of the time it can be in my pant leg and no one will see it, like in my little pocket. Well, see, I'm not worried about that though. I've lived here almost all my life. Like, I know where the bad people are on the road. Like, they've never messed with me, even when I was younger, and so it's just them being paranoid. So So we have a lot of deer. We have coyotes, but they don't attack us. And we do have foxes and things like that. It's those pits, but I make sure and walk the opposite way from them. And the area where the woods are, that's our property. So I'm not scared of our property. And the other ones have people living at them. It's just my parents. And there's tons of cars that go up and down the road now that didn't used to. Okay, I was allowed to walk and do what I wanted when I was 368 pounds. I could take off and go to different states. Nobody was worried about me, even though tons and tons and tons of bad crap happened to me. Like I hadn't even been kidnapped as a child. And then as an adult, I got adult nap trapped, and no one worried about me. But now that I've lost all the weight, everyone's worried someone's going to kidnap me and traffic me. That's all I hear all the time. Yay! I want to do my kitchen one day. I want to do my kitchen white to brighten it up. But not yet. This color's starting to grow on me. It doesn't, okay, on camera it looks more like just blue, but it is a very, very country teal. It's what I see in country homes. Like, you can't really tell though. Oh, my little flowers. I love those flowers. I got them on clearance last year for $1. But I still got to decorate. Totally need to decorate. Right now, I just have, messy. So these are the clothes I'll be selling on Poshmark. But I just put my Maryland type pictures all on there. I just realized this is mirrored. Usually I don't have it on mirror. And I'm like, why can't I focus it? Because it's mirrored today. I don't know if parents would actually hear the air horn from way over here. And I will tell you, there's no one on this road that's going to come out of their house and help you. That I can guarantee you. People around here keep their mouth shut. And we do have 2 rapists on this road. But they've lived here my whole life. Okay, so I'm not scared of them. I know who they are. They're more scared of me, believe it or not. They try to stay away from people now. Yeah, they want to stay safe. Have I thought about doing other YouTube editing and stuff? I'm lost. What are we asking? I have programs. I just use Windows program though. Yeah. The funny thing is though, they're almost all military guys that live on this road. But I'm not as helpless as my mother thinks I am. I was raised by my dad. Hello. 7 special forces, taught me to shoot rifles at 5 years old. Oh, I didn't know you could do it as a job. So I've tried some online jobs before, but when they ran my speed tests, they always denied me a job because of my internet speed. And up until 3 years ago, I made a lot of my money in Second Life. I designed clothes in there and sold them for real life money and Christmas trees. Like I still make about $100 to $200 every Christmas. in that game, even though I don't play it anymore, I still have my character and I still have my store. And these are old Christmas trees, not even anything new. And people still buy them, and I still make money every Christmas. That used to be how I made my money. And I actually made money being a kind of like, it wasn't, well, in that game, it's a role play. Like, you're not who, like, I was a therapist in there and got paid to be a therapist, even though I'm not a therapist. Like, you just played a therapist and you got paid for it. I have to go down and fix my mom's stuff all the time. She can't do any of the smart stuff, and she needs a new smartphone. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's going to take me a long time to set up the new one. Second Life. It's called Second Life. Basically, if you Google SL, you'll find it. I was in it for years and years and years. I was a vampire queen in it. Who also was a fairy. And then I was a normal person on a different character. And there's voice in there. So I got to talk to people all day long. I had friends for over 10 plus years in there. Most of them all lived in different countries. I had a lot of Australian and British friends in there. And I still keep in contact with most of my friends, though. We got to know each other, so. Let's just say it is your only limitation in that game is your imagination. I used to live stream it through Twitch, but the game has a very naughty red light district to it, so they banned it from, and it's not all like that, okay? I'm just saying there's a big part of it like that. So they banned it off Twitch. So I couldn't, even though my stuff wasn't like that, I did not air anything like that, I couldn't do it on Twitch anymore. Galaxy 6 Plus. I have the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I love it. My parents all have iPhones and my daughter. So I always have to remember how to do the iPhones when they get new ones. But I have become very, very addicted to my VR headsets. Like, I loved the Oculus VR world to begin with. But I was stuck to a computer. You couldn't move far. Your computer had to be in the living room, and you would trip on the cord. Well, the Quest 2, you don't need to own a computer. You just need a smartphone to hook it to. It's not running off of it, but it is how you sign in the first time. It is how you can update and add games for the first time. Then you can do it all inside the headset. And there's no cord, no tripping. You can use it in any room you want. I absolutely love it for working out. It is my favorite workout in the world. Plus, there's tons of socialization, but I haven't tried any of that yet. I've just been focused on working out. And Christmas is coming soon, which means I will be going back into GTA 5 to play in the snow and dress up like an elf in my little cars and stuff and have some fun. I just can't play it very often. Ever since I pulled those ligaments a year ago, I can no longer game. And I used to play Elder Scrolls all the time too. I love it, and I can't play it no more. But I can do my VR because I'm not having to use a keyboard or anything. There you go. She can fix it for you. See, mine are very expensive, so yeah. Hello, welcome. Thank you, thank you. We just been chatting now about VR headsets and stuff and gaming. Wow, I can't believe I've been on here almost 2 hours already. I literally told myself, okay, only an hour because you have to work out. So, because I usually work out every night at 7 p.m. and it's almost 7. I am so addicted to my headset. Oh, I finally redid my bedroom, so now I can get to my stupid elliptical again. So I'm going to start doing my elliptical since it's raining. I did water weights, and I do have some 5 and 10 pound ones because I have a damage. I have tore ligament and tendons from the tip of this hand all the way up into the back of my head behind my ear. They are ripped to shreds. And I was going to physical therapy, but they had to stop with the whole stupid virus thing. And I have a big nerve damage around my spine that's tied around my muscle or something, I was told, and it causes my head to shake. So I have to be very, very careful with the weights I do. I do a lot of squats, I do a lot of movements, but I have to be really careful doing my arm workouts, which is something I've been trying to do because, I don't have a lot of loose skin, but I have enough. And I want to put some muscle in there. I don't have that much muscle yet, but I'm trying to make it bigger just to, kind of pull with the loose skin. Yeah, they gave me a bunch of exercises I was allowed to do and a bunch of a whole list I wasn't allowed to do. Well, tonight is my VR headset. I am doing Dance Central for like an hour and a half. And Beat Saber for a little bit, and then after that I also like to do this boxing one called VR Fit. Thank you, thank you. I've been really lucky not to have the crazy loose skin that I see a lot of people have, unfortunately. I don't know if it's from the collagen. I don't know for sure. I just know there are certain things I've done since the beginning that I don't stop, just in case that's what's helping me. Because I was so scared, people. You just don't even know. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of them, like 100 a day this week. And I am in so much pain that I barely can lift myself off the potty. Like, no joke, I thought I was going to be stuck on it last night. Gonna be honest, because it hurts everywhere, in the front, on the sides, everywhere. But I want the bubble butts, so I'm doing what I can. And I'm also doing the donkey kicks a lot. And so I love, like, I don't know names of stuff. I am not a fitness person, but there was a weight machine that you did like this, like a butterfly thing. You spread your legs open and shut. I know what that's called. I just don't know what the machine's called. But I was doing those religiously until the gym shut down. Oh, a chiropractor. Is that what we're talking about? I can't go to them. I'm too scared of them, and my insurance won't cover them. I am scared of them because I had a friend who went to one after a car accident, and I guess they were not a very reputable one, like a good one, and she was permanently damaged. So I'm terrified. Mm. Well, I am not done yet. I still have, 14 more pounds to my first goal, and then we'll see if I stop in the 140s or if I want to keep going. But I'm a little nervous if I get under 140. What the heck size would I be? Because I don't want to be a stick, and I'm already wearing a small. Like, all my clothes are smalls. See? So my butt is going to have to go soon because I need to get that workout done, and I do it for like an hour to an hour and a half to 2. Put my video together for tomorrow, like finish it up, upload, and go to sleep after my shower and stuff. So if I get going now, I'll be in bed by 10 because I've been waking up around 4 and 5. Because hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow, because if the truckers really do end up shutting down, I need to make sure we have supplies because they're supposed to protest. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wore bikinis in Hawaii even at 300 pounds because everyone did. And let me tell you, Hawaii people are not skinny, so I felt in just fine, comfortable there. I don't feel comfortable where I live now, though. Now you got to remember, I did promise to show the skin when I lose all my weight on my channel. I've been promising that, and I will do it. But it is not going to be a sexy picture because I might not have loose skin like everyone else, but I do still have loose skin. And by the time I get to my goal weight, I would have lost like almost 230 pounds. So a bikini picture is not going to be sexy, unfortunately. But I did promise people that I will show what that much weight loss looks like on someone like me. You too. I'm so glad you made it. I'm glad all y'all did. I'm like totally taking off my jewelry and stuff so I could hurry up and go put my workout clothes on and then go get going. Because this is no excuse. November, if you're watching Princess Ninja and Keto, so even if I'm in pain, even if I don't feel good, I have to do my workouts every single day. Like, I have a horrible migraine right now, but I'm still going to go do it. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to everyone. Yes. Because I was going to get off an hour ago, but I kind of got lost and kept on talking. Yes, they are starting to shut down states again. In North Carolina, they start shutting down some more stuff. So that's one reason I need to go stock up because there's a bunch of us. I need to stock up for 2 whole houses. Because if it hits really bad with my family's, all their underlying condition, and my daughter having a 0 immune system, like they haven't left the house since March, none of them. And so I got to make sure that I don't bring it back to them because they've been showing research, people on keto who catch it, they're asymptomatic. They don't even know they have it and they can spread it because we don't even know we have it. So I have to be really careful. So I am shutting up. And I want to thank y'all all for coming. And don't forget, there'll be a new video tomorrow, like every day this month. And like I said, I'm staying keto for Thanksgiving. I know, so hard. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Bye. Thank y'all.